Hello out there. My name is Edward, aka Prog Hat. I hope everyone is doing out there good in the music community. I'm back with a video, and my video is yesterday. Long story short, I had to make a pit stop. I was with my wife, and I asked her, "Can I make a pit stop inside of my favorite record store to pick up a record and do a quick look?" So I did. Now the records that I'm going to show all came from my favorite record store. One came from Target, one came from a thrift store. So I have a few records here to show, and let's begin. The one that I picked up at Target was the what is this now? The 50th anniversary Rolling Stones, Let It Bleed, 1969 album release that came out in that year. Now, this album right here, looking up some information about it, was mastered at Gateway Mastering, and the lacquer was cut by Abbey Road. Now, this is one of my favorite Rolling Stone records. This one is, I believe, after Beggar's Banquet and before Sticky Fingers. This album has this great blues, Keith Richards killer guitar playing, rock and roll, and some country vibes on here. A little bit too, also some Americana vibes. I mean, I'll just say one of my favorite songs, one of the hardest songs to me to play is on the guitar is Monkey Man. That is just an iconic classic song. Love everything about it. Lyrics, everything the Stones do on this album, they do very, very well. This is one of my favorite albums that I used to go to a lot. One of my final years in high school, I listened to Beggar's Banquet, Let It Bleed, Sticky Fingers quite a bit to get through those years of high school. My next record is a jazz one, and this is the album that I went to pick up. I've been enjoying these reissues done by Real Gone Music of the records that were on Black Jazz Records. And just let me tell you a little bit about Black Jazz Records. It was founded by keyboardist Gene Russell back in 1971. It was a U.S. spiritual jazz label, political as well too, from what I understand. So I picked up the reissue of Henry Franklin, The Skipper at Home. Great record filled with soul, jazz, funk. There's even vocals that are done by the Sisters Happiness. Really, really good record. This album, usually jazz music, the framework for a lot of it is chord progressions. But this one the framework for a lot of the music is mods or modal, M-O-D-A-L. Great sounding record. I still say it has a little bit, in my opinion, some avant-garde style type music on this. I don't have any problem with the way these albums sound. Now, the original ones, they're really pricey, and I don't think I could ever really afford to get any of them. So I'm really happy that Real Gone Music is reissuing these on vinyl again. This one is really, really cool. It says like splattered orange black. Let's just show it here a little bit. But here's what it looks like. Really nice. Nice wax. And Henry Franklin is, of course, the bass and the leader and the music of that. Now, I finally found me a copy. I'm a little bit confused about, I looked in the dead wax. One of the things that I found was something kind of unique stamped on there. But this is Led Zeppelin's 1975 classic double album, of classic hard rock. Physical Graffiti, their sixth studio album. Pretty sure everybody has this on vinyl or some format of it. It is one of my favorite double albums from beginning to end. The interesting thing that I found on the dead wax of this, it was like a S with a R and a C. I couldn't find what type of pressing I have, but I don't think this does not feel like a 180 gram reissue of it. Just an iconic album. I would like to get that real big super deluxe because of the things that come in it. Maybe one day I'll find one used with the booklet. However I just want to see the booklet. I do have the Led Zeppelin 2. I'll just name a few songs that are just my favorite on here. The Rover, 10 Years Gone, In the Light. I love the way the album ends with the songs on side 4. Classic double album here. Classic rock double album. Going to a power pop album. I'm trying to find me some, more and more as I build the collection of mine, some power pop stuff. This is such a good record. I can't even imagine. I think I was like 6 or 7 years old when this album came out in 1974, but it's Badfinger's Wish You Were Here. It's a promo copy. I had to take out the record because it kind of does come out a little bit on the bottom. I got a pretty nice. It's nice. It's real dusty, real clean, but the covers, probably like you say, seen better days. This is their second album with Warner Brothers. Their first album was just called Badfinger, and it has one of my favorite songs, Matted Spam or something like that. It's a really good record, and I'm hoping, and I am looking on the lookout for a copy of it. This was also produced by legendary producer Chris Thomas, and it was recorded at Caribou Ranch, where a lot of famous artists and bands recorded records. People like Elton John, Earth, Wind and Fire, Chicago, I believe even Eddie Rabbitt, and a band called Creed. Good power pop album. I really enjoy every song on this record. I just couldn't imagine that it didn't get very much airplay. They had some kind of falling out with Apple and signed up, and here just really made, in my opinion, one of the classic power pop albums here. Wish You Were Here. I just love the real nice pop sounding King of the Road, but the epic tune for me is the real long Meanwhile Back at the Ranch and Should I Smoke. The way those songs go into each other. I won't say it's like A Day in the Life by the Beatles, but it's got that same kind of the way it's structured, the way the songs go right into each other. Epic ending for the album. Just a Chance. I could just hear that being played on the radio. And one of my favorites also, No One Knows. Just good songs, good songwriting. I was happy to find this one too. 1975. How about that? In this vinyl finds, I find a couple of 1975 albums released in 1975. The classic Led Zeppelin, Physical Graffiti. Come Taste the Band, Deep Purple. Finally got it on vinyl. It's this nice gatefold Purple Pyramid. Really in really good shape. What about $7 plus tax? Glenn Hughes, Tommy Bolin on here. Good sounding record. David Coverdale, hard rocking album. I'll look this up too in the Dead Wax. I think this is and I could be wrong, Santa Marie pressing. It gets a little bit confusing to understand that sometimes on Discogs. But yeah, Come Taste the Band is just a really rocking album. Now, one more. This was found at a thrift store for about $1 and some change. It's 1983 now, from 75 to 83. I've been wanting this. Naked Eyes, synth pop. Also falls in genres of electronic. Such a good record. Such a good sounding record. 1983. I mean, this album had like 3, maybe 4 tunes that just a lot of airplay. I remember hearing Always Something There to Remind Me, Never Get Tired of that song, When the Lights Go Out, and of course the classic Promises, Promises. I looked on the dead wax on this record, and it had a nice little stamp on there, real big cap letters saying Mastered by Liberty. I don't know what that really means. Maybe Liberty, that's the place where they made some good sounding records. I really don't know. Maybe somebody will leave me a comment about that. But yeah, Naked Eyes is such a good record. I found a really, really nice clean copy of it, and with the original inner sleeve. Really do enjoy this record. I don't know how that record came to be, how these guys just came up with these classic songs that I still don't get tired of ever hearing. I would say that those songs that I mentioned are timeless. I don't think every time I hear them, they just sound like new songs to me again. But that's it for this vinyl update. I want to thank everyone out there so much who leaves comments, who subscribe to my channel and watches my video. I truly appreciate it. I'll be back again with another vinyl update or music update, or whatever kind of idea pops into my head. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon.